Well, good morning. I'm about to do my first run from my new place. It's just different. I won't get the same warm-up I usually do by myself before I meet my running partner. She's just gonna meet me by my house, I guess. This will be cool. Good morning. I guess we'll just kind of get into it. Yeah, these autumn runs are hard because it's just so dark in the morning. It's 6:15 right now, and you can see it still kind of looks like midnight. I started filling out the paperwork for all the escrow stuff, and I realized it's more than I realized. I need more time. Yeah, I messed up. Gotta spend some time today working on that, and that's stressful. It's okay, it'll all get done. Hopefully I'll get all the escrow stuff done and I can go to the barn after school. Good morning. What a luxury it was to go on a run with my running partner and literally just kind of step outside and she was here. It's pretty fun to live close together. We had a great run. It was short, it was like 3.5 miles. But what I love about technology is after the run, my phone popped up this thing like, this was your third fastest 5K. I was like, sweet. You know, to get those little incremental rewards for doing something really is a motivator. It was like, oh, sweet. And that was an easy run. I could easily do it faster next time. While we run, I mentioned my wife a couple of times, but I'm really gonna make a concerted effort to drop that out of our conversation as my marriage ends, to have my relationship with my running partner just be about friendship and running and our interactions and not about anything peripherally associated to my wife. That's my goal going forward. I feel a bit of stress right now about getting all the escrow stuff done today. You know, I thought I just had to initial things and there's these forms. It's like, you have to fill out this and this and this and this. And I was like, oh crap, I thought other people figured out, like, you know, the remainder balance on the mortgage, like just detail things that I'm not quite sure of. So I need to go give it my best and then try and get it notarized and shipped out today. And what's funny is I'm still like, oh, I hope I can get that done before going to the barn or else it won't get done, which I know is not the responsible way to do things. I need to be more of an adult, but that's my impulse. That's what I feel on the inside. Anyway, I'm wearing a t-shirt that a friend gave me today. So I've added to the meaningful t-shirt thing again, and I love it. So now when I get dressed, I'm like, oh, now I'm thinking about this friend. It's perfect. What a fantastic day. It was really good. I had a lot of fun with the students today. My first period class, I showed them how to transcribe skateboards onto MDF panels. We watched a couple of videos on how MDF is made and plywood is made, and it's always just sort of like, I'm showing students industrial videos. Like, here is how they industrially unroll a tree. And depending on the class dynamic, it's either fun or torture. And first period, definitely fun. Had a good time. And then we worked, and it's just creative work and management and helping people resolve their designs and setting the bar a little higher than a lot of people set the bar for themselves. And then in my advanced classes, we're working on this first tray project, and today it was fun. Kids are cutting wood and making stuff, and it was just nice to be in it, to be involved, to be working. I was at school early this morning working on all my escrow stuff, and it's just a little stressful, you know, just the quantity of information they want and everything they need. And then there's this big question of, where do we send the proceeds from the house selling? And I'm sort of like, I don't know. Back in the happy days of being married, you would have been like, oh, just send it to us and we'll deal with it. But now it's sort of like, well, we haven't reached an agreement on anything. Like, I don't know where the money goes. You know, literally, it's like, where should we send the check? And it's like, not to her. And I mean, I'm sure she'd be like, not to him. So, you know, I don't know if it should go to my attorneys. Like, it just gets all sorts of technical and ugly and stuff. Over lunch, I wrote an email to my attorney like, hey, what do I do here? This whole closing process on the house, it's like there's a deadline. You know, everyone's like, oh, we gotta get this all done by this date. Like, go. Everything's like shipped overnight. It's a little stressful. I'm super grateful for my realtor, because if I get a little unsure of things, I can be like, hey, Mike, here's the situation. How do I deal with this? And he is what I believe to be very candid with me, and he explains it. And that's the beauty of having a realtor. People are very often like, oh, you can sell your house yourself, blah, blah, blah. You can save money by doing this and that. Maybe. But anytime a technical question comes up, I can write to my realtor and be like, what should I do? And he will tell me. And that has value, particularly now when I'm just kind of preoccupied with making me okay. You know, if he can facilitate the sale of the house and make it as painless as possible, worth it. Absolutely worth it. I'm racing to the barn. Up until today, every time I went to the barn was this fear of, will he be there? But he won't, because his horses are gone. And I think it's gonna take me a little while to get back to that feeling of the barn being my total happy place again, because it was kind of traumatic to have him invade that space and then be kind of a prick about it. To just come in and sort of be like, let bygones be bygones. And then when I said no, and yeah, granted, I was a little not nice to him, but he told on me. So much of this process is just baffling. The thought of driving to a place where he won't be any longer makes me happy, but there's this little tiny part of me that's like, yeah, but maybe he'll be there. And I don't know what that is, you know? The fear of being blindsided, the trauma of having him be there for the past 2 months. You know, I think my brain would rather me just be a little nervous about going there than to show up and have him back there and be like, wait, what the hell? And be surprised. At least if I'm suspicious, then I won't, you know, then I could be like, nah, I thought he might be here. But anyway, that's just me talking crazy. One of the highlights of today, one of my former students, who still goes there, she's just not taking my classes here, she showed up to talk to me and she brought me a box of Lucky Charms, which was really sweet. Because last year, I had a box of Lucky Charms at school and she was eating it, but she ate all the marshmallows and left all the like kibble behind. And I was like, how could you? So it was sort of like her peace offering coming in today, which was really sweet. Yeah, man, they're good. When you don't eat them very often, phew, I ate like half the box just dry, just like, delicious. If I think of something, I'll come talk to you later. I'll see you then. Bye. For the first time in some time, there was a question of if I might be interested or thinking about coming home for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. Yeah, you know, if you put it out there, I will definitely. I can't imagine the flights are going to be that inexpensive, but I'm also one person flying solo, so maybe it's more possible. It's funny now, I don't really want to go away and leave the dog, but I should. She'll be fine for a couple days by herself. All right, we're pulling into the barn, not expecting to see the gray Prius or the truck. I don't know why I'm nervous. It's so funny. I really do think it was just that awful of an experience. No. All right, good. Like the same way when I pull into the condo, I still kind of look for her white car. I know she's gone, but I still kind of look. I'll see you later. Have a good one.
All right, let's go.
They're empty. It was a great day at the barn. I am so glad that I came up. His horses are gone. The signs are off the stalls that had his horses. The only thing I'm really waiting for left is for his clients who are no longer training with him to have his name off of all their stalls. Once his name is gone from the whole barn, I will be so darned happy. Because right now it says, you know, there's a horse named Dancer, and it says the trainer is my wife's boyfriend. But it isn't, because my wife's boyfriend is gone. My wife's boyfriend took my wife and moved. And I'm headed for nachos and drinks with and Kim, the two people I went out with last week. And I'm really excited to just go out and be social with adults for a little while. And it's not too late, so we'll do that, and then I'll go home and I'll get paperwork done and clean the house, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. I'm just so happy he's gone. I'm happy she's gone. I'm happy the horses are gone. I'm happy the stalls are empty. I'm really happy about everything. I'm grateful for friends. I'm grateful for people who want to go out and get nachos and drinks. Well, hey, me again. How are you? It's nice to see you. It has been a fun evening. We went out for Mexican, split some nachos, and just talked about horses. It was pretty great. It was 3 of us, and we went out and hung out and talked. I don't know if this is becoming a weekly thing or what. It's nice to feel like I have some barn friends to go out with. It's kind of a weird feeling right now. For a while, I was making these videos, particularly in the car, because I was so desperately lonely while driving that I just needed to talk to somebody. And I feel like my brain is changing a little. I was driving before, and I had the sense of like, oh, I should really record something, which is different than I just need to talk. I just need to get this out there. And I wonder if this is going to become the new norm. I wonder what the future looks like. You know, she's gone. She's moved away. And I'm still dealing with that, like the feelings of that. It's strange, and I think it'll take a while for it to soak in that she is gone. Will my life become less interesting? Am I almost done with recording these things? I don't know. I'm sure there's more to this story. It can't be as simple as, she just got in the car and drove away. The end. I had this feeling driving before where I felt somewhat just contented to listen to music and drive. And I thought, that's a nice place to be. I used to feel like that. But part of it was, I used to feel like that with the knowledge that there was somebody home waiting for me when I got there. And I don't have that anymore. You know, there's no one waiting for me at home. The dog will be there, but that's all. I emailed my attorney today just about what to do with the escrow stuff and about my wife's lawyer's letter about, you know, if I aggressively litigate, she'll take the dog, and the whole narrative they constructed that just isn't true. So I'll be curious to hear what he says when he gets back to me. If something exciting happens, I will pop in and say hi to you in a little bit. So have a super evening if I don't see you. Thanks for hanging out.
6th floor.